Our goals and expectations for the coming season, the men's team has some pretty good top-level talent this year, and we're eyeing a top 3 finish at the conference meet, and think we can have some top relays, and think we really have a good shot at qualifying at least one guy for the NCAA championships, if not getting close in a relay this year, which is something we haven't been able to say in the last few years, so pretty excited about that. With the women's team, we're looking to maintain our top 3 position in the conference this year. We lost All-American Becca Myers, so we're looking for a more balanced team effort, and we have a lot of depth swimmers who've already been stepping up a lot, and I think we're going to have a more robust amount of scoring throughout the top 18 scorers at the conference meet for the women. For the men's team this year, we have a number of very important returning swimmers. Just 3 of the guys who I think will really do a lot for us this year. Eric Lang is a junior. He won the 200 IM at the conference meet last year and is a top threat in both IM events plus the breaststroke events, as he has been for the last couple of years. So I think he's going to be right up there at the top, and I think he will have a really good shot at qualifying for NCAAs in both IM events. Reed Perry is also a junior, and he's been one of our top flyers in mid-distance freestylers for the last couple of years, and really coming into his own in the 500 free, especially at the end of last year. And we think he now has the ability to score right up there with the top guys in the conference in 3 different events now. And also another junior, Ryan Caffrey, who won the 100 breasts at the conference meet his freshman year and was right up there last year knocking on the door. We think he'll be up there in the breaststroke and IM events. For the women's team, we do have a pretty deep team coming back, and just to highlight several of the top returning swimmers, Anna Hess is a sophomore, and Anna came in last year and became one of the top backstrokers in the conference right away, and she can also do pretty well in the 200 IM, and we're looking for that from her again this year. Grace Peerless is also a sophomore, and she was one of the top mid-distance and distance freestylers for us and in the conference last year, and really developed her sprint butterfly last year, and so we think she'll be a force on some of our medley relays. And Melissa Mullen, who's a junior, she has the top times for the top several times in the 400 IM in the conference in history. She has the conference record in the 400 IM. She's a 2-time champion in that event, and we think she'll be up there in the 400 IM certainly, and the 200 IM and the breaststroke events as well. And she's been someone who's gotten some NCAA provisional cuts in the 400 IM each of the last couple of years, and so she too is knocking on the door of qualifying for NCAAs. As far as our losses from last season, the men's team lost a lot in the distance events. So we're looking for some guys to kind of range up a little bit in dual meets to cover the 1,000 and 500, and we do have pretty good mid-distance talent to be able to slide into that, but certainly it will be, it will mean a new role for some of those guys on the team to cover those losses. For the women's team, we return a deep team. Most of our scorers from last year are back this year, but we did have some pretty key losses. First and foremost, All-American Becca Myers. So the distance events won't be covered by her anymore. Luckily for us, we do have some pretty good distance women who are returning or incoming for this year. Grace Peerless is also one of the top distance swimmers, and then we did lose some backstroke talent with Courtney Collins and Taylor Mateja through graduation last year, but we also have some backstroke talent in the freshman class this year too. For the freshmen this year, we have some great talent in the men's class. It's a strong but very powerful class for us this year. Dietrich Peterson comes in faster than our school record in the 100 fly with a time that is already pretty close to NCAA qualifying. And he can also swim some sprint freestyle and mid-distance freestyle as well, so he will be a force individually as well as across all of the relays that we're swimming. And then Jack Stinton is also very strong in butterflies. He's very strong in IM, especially the 400 IM, and he can do some mid-distance freestyle pretty well, so he's pretty versatile, and I think he'll be right up there, especially in the 200 fly and the 400 IM in the conference. For the women's team, we do have a pretty big freshman class this year, and we think a number of the 8 freshmen can make their presence felt in the conference this year. Erin Fago has been doing tremendous work in practice already, and we think she's going to be right up there and probably be our anchor person in sprint free relays. Cathie Hirsch has similarly been working very hard this fall, and she's going to be one of the better mid-distance freestylers in the conference. And Caroline Fry comes in with some distance times that are knocking on the door of being top 5, top 8 in the conference, and we think that with what will be a longer season for her compared to what she's been used to, she's going to drop some time and be one of the top distance women in the conference. Training has been going very well so far this fall. The teams have come in with, I'd say, a renewed intensity, and a lot of times you spend the fall shaking off cobwebs and just trying to get some fitness before the first meet. But we've seen some racing, which is refreshing and also really exciting, I think, for everyone, returning swimmers, new swimmers, coaching staff. You know, swimming's all about racing, and if you want to swim fast in a meet, you have to do some racing in practice, and they've been eager to challenge themselves and each other. So pretty excited about that. As far as our schedule goes, the main focuses will continue to be the invitational and championship meets. So we will host a large invitational the weekend before Thanksgiving here, where we will have some Division I and Division II teams in addition to a largely Division III field. And that'll be a 2.5-day prelim finals meet for us. So that's our big first semester focus. We'll also go to the Randolph-Macon Invitational in early December after the Thanksgiving break, and test ourselves against some Division III teams down there. And then certainly conference championships at the end of February will be the big thing that we're all eyeing for the duration of the season. But as far as dual meets go, I'd say pretty much every conference meet that we have. There really is no such thing as an easy contest in Centennial swimming anymore. So that's exciting. You know, it makes for a lot of engaging dual meets and a lot of races to get up for and to think about each and every Saturday.